So maybe we'll take a problem. So see here, I think you are all able to see this problem. The circuit is given. They are asking us to find the current I in the circuit using superposition theorem. So to make superposition theorem clear, first what we'll do, we are going to find the current I by normal method. We'll get an answer, correct? And then we are going to solve the same thing by superposition theorem, and we are going to see whether the answer what you get is correct or not. Okay, is that clear? So that is going to be the objective. So take this circuit, please. We'll solve this circuit normally and find I. So we'll apply KCL here. So I have done that. You also do it. See normal method. See, I have marked this. When you have one node here V and one ground node here. So I have marked this node here V, and we are going to apply KCL. So apply KCL at this node. Apply KCL at this node, and say me what is the equation for Kirchhoff current law at that node. Yes, please write the KCL equation at this node. See, only this current I direction is known to us. Other currents I have to mark. So I have marked it randomly. And 0.5 amperes is given here. So I have marked it randomly. Okay. Yes. Who is going to say me the KCL equation? I have given you the direction in the question. Please say me the KCL equation. Mohan Raja, can you say? Please say me the KCL equation at node V. See, the KCL statement I have given, summation of incoming current equal to summation of outgoing current. At this node, what are all the incoming currents you have? What are all the outgoing currents you have? Mohan Raja, you are there? Naveen Kumar C.
Yes, sir.
Can you say me the KCL equation at node V?
Sir, outgoing current I1 and point 0.5 amps, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I don't understand the incoming current. You didn't mark any incoming current, sir, at node V.
Did I not mark? Please check properly.
You marked it down.
Do it fast. Are you able to see the? Yes.
I equal to I1 plus point 0.5, sir.
The node, all how many currents are coming? Two currents are going out, correct? 0.5 and I1 are going out.
Yes, sir.
What about I? I is coming out or going towards V.
Moving out, sir.
So, what is the equation?
Oh.
There
Uh,
is no incoming current. All the
yes, sir.
currents are moving out, correct? So, what is the equation?
I plus I1 plus point 0.5 equal to 0, sir.
Yes, very good. See here, I plus 0.5 plus I1 equal to 0.
Okay, sir.
Now, write the others, write the expression for I and I1 and find out V. Please write the expression for I and I1 and find out V.
So minus 0.0175. So you're muted, sir.
Sir, your voice is not audible, sir.
See here, the source is given as 80 millivolt, right? So you should not forget to into 10 power minus 3 when you multiply by 80. You just write 80, the answer is wrong. It is 80 into 10 power minus 3. See, I1 is flowing from V1 to ground, so it is V minus 0 by zero point 0.1. First term. See here, second current as usual 0.5. Third current, I1 is again flowing from V to ground, but it is having a potential 80 millivolts. So V minus 80 millivolt by zero point 0.3. So if you equate all the terms to zero, you will get the value of V as minus 0.0175 volt. Please, everyone, finish till this step. See, we have not seen superposition theorem. We are just doing the problem by normal method and finding out the value of current I. We are going, then we will do the same problem by superposition theorem and find what is I and see whether both the answers are same. Okay. So please complete till V and I. So V is known, from that find I. Please do till that. Is it clear? The value of I, what you get is okay to every understandable. The value of I is minus 0.0175 amp. See, the direction of I we cannot change because it is given in the question. So this I value is minus 0.175 amps, which means that actually the current is flowing this way. But what they have given is this one, so the current is actually flowing this way. Okay. Is this clear? See, for the every sum, you need not do by normal method. This normal method we are doing just to make you understand that whatever answer you get by normal method and superposition theorem, the answer is going to be same. I am just proving that for that only we are doing by normal method. Otherwise, you can do it by superposition theorem method directly. Is everyone getting this answer for I minus 0.175 amperes? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shall we see the how to apply this theorem now and get the same answer? Definitely you should get the same answer by whatever method you follow, right? So everybody please listen to the screen. See, look at your screen, very, very important. See how many sources you have in the circuit given to you. How many sources you have in the circuit?
Two sources, one current source,
You
one
have
voltage
two
source.
sources, one voltage source and one current source. So you have to consider one source at a time. So first, what I'm doing, see here, I'm considering the voltage source alone. So I have to turn off the current source. So what is turning off the current source equivalent to? What did we see here? If I'm going to turn off the
Open
current
circuit.
source,
Open circuit.
it is equivalent to
Open
what?
circuit.
Yes. See the diagram? Only 80 millivolt is there and this current source is open. And I am marking the current I as I1 because it is no more I, because it is I only when you have the current source. So since the current source is removed, I am marking this current as I1. So will this open circuit have any effect on the circuit? Will current flow through this open circuit? Yes or no?
No.
No. So it becomes a simple loop, right? So can I find I1 using Kirchhoff's voltage law? I is equal to V by R. So what is the voltage source you have? 80 millivolt. What is the resistance, total resistance you have? 0.1 and 0.3 are same current is flowing. So 0.1 and 0.3 are in series. So 80 millivolt by 0.1 plus 0.3. So you get the answer for I1 as 0.2 amperes. Is this first step clear to everyone?
Yes,
I am
sir.
just
Yes,
considering
sir.
the voltage source alone. I am turning off my current source. The turning off current source means you have to replace the current source by open circuit. And remember, through an open circuit, no current flows. So this open circuit can be considered as it is not a part of your circuit. It is just shown here to make things understandable to you. So this open circuit will not have any effect on your circuit. Is it clear? The first case considering the voltage source alone. The second case will be yes. Yes. Anybody is having doubts? Yes.
No,
Anybody
sir.
is having?
No, sir. I just said yes.
Okay, fine. Now see the second case. Considering the current source alone and open, we are going to turn off the voltage source. So see here, the voltage source was here. I'm going to turn off. Turning off the voltage source means equivalent to short circuit. Short circuit means replace the voltage source by a wire. So when you replace the voltage source by a wire, the circuit becomes like this. So 0.1 ohms, 0.3 ohms, you have a short circuit, and 0.5 amperes current source you will have. So to see if you redraw the diagram, visualize the diagram like this, you have a current source parallel to two resistors. Can you visualize it like that? See, current source parallel to two resistors. So I want current through 0.1 ohm. So I can apply what formula? I have denoted here. You see, I am going to apply a simple current division technique. So the I2 is going to be current flowing through 0.1 ohms and total current is 0.5. It is minus 0.5 because current is flowing downwards. Usually current is taken as flowing upwards always. When current is flowing downwards, I take minus. So total current is minus 0.5 and I am measuring current across 0.1. So the opposite resistance is 0.3. Okay, so opposite resistance 0.3 by opposite resistance plus that resistance 0.3 plus 0.1. So if you simplify, you get the value of I2 as minus 0.375 amperes. Any doubt in this step?
No, sir.
If you are not familiar or if you are not comfortable with current division technique, you can do any method and find out the value of current through 0.1 amperes. Listen here, this I2 direction you cannot change because it is given in the question. So whatever current you are finding out, you have to consider only with the same direction I2. See, why I take is minus 0.5. You see below I given the 0.5 amperes will come and split like this. So actually current from 0.5 will flow like this. But I2 is flowing like this. So both are going to be opposite. That's why I've taken minus 0.5. This logic also you can take when current is flowing downwards, but my current is always flowing upwards. So the direction is going to be opposite. That's why I take a minus 0.5. You miss this minus 0.5, the answer is wrong. That's why I said direction of current will be playing a very crucial role in determining the total current in your circuit. Now, by superposition theorem, what should we do? So I have considered the sources individually and found two currents, I1 and I2. So what is the statement of the superposition theorem? After finding the currents from individual sources, what should I do?
Adding the two currents, I is equal to
Yes.
I1 plus I2.
Very good. I is equal to I1 plus I2. Add both. I1 is 0.2, I2 is minus 0.375. Adding means blindly add. Don't worry about the sign. Just add them. Here it is effectively subtracting, correct? 0.2 minus 0.375. So what you are getting? minus 0.175 amperes, which is same as what you got here. So now we got one more method to verify our answer. See, earlier I told you if you do by KVL, you can cross-check by KCL. But now you can even verify by this theorem also. So the answer is going to be same. So my same minus 0.175 amperes we get. Is the superposition theorem very clear?
Yes,
Is
sir.
it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Anybody is having doubts, please ask immediately. Don't hesitate. I repeatedly say, only when you interact or only when you ask doubts, your confidence level will go up. Please don't hesitate to ask doubt. Your friends are only here. They will not mind anything if you ask doubt. In turn, in fact, their doubts will also be clarified. Is it clear? Shall we go to the next problem, or this problem should I explain it again for anyone?
Sir, explain again one time, sir.
Very, very simple. If in the question they have just mentioned find the current I in the circuit. They didn't mention whether you have to use superposition theorem or not. So this question can be solved by a simple KCL, KVL method itself. But we are taking this example and solving it to demonstrate the effect of superposition theorem. See, in the question, if they specifically mention solve the superposition theorem, you solve. Otherwise, you can use any method for solving. It is not restricted at all. Okay. So first, identify how many sources you have. I have two sources. One is a voltage source. One is a current source. So I have to find this current two times. I'll consider the voltage source and I'm going to remove the current source. So removing the current source is equivalent to what? Open circuiting my current source. So open circuit a current source only with voltage source, find this current I. Use Kirchhoff's voltage law, current law, whatever method you want, find the current I. Here it is very straightforward. You have a simple loop. I is equal to V by R. Two resistance in series, add them. So you got one value of I1, 0.2 amperes. Second case, what you should consider the current source alone, and you'll turn off your voltage source. Turning off the voltage source means it is equivalent to us replacing by a short circuit. So only current source I have, two resistors in parallel, one short circuit. This short circuit will be just like a part of the wire. So it will not be a special addition to your circuit. And I want I2 in this direction, but 0.5 will flow in this direction. They are opposite. So by current division technique, total current into opposite by opposite plus that resistance. So if you apply minus 0.5 into 0.3 by 0.3 plus 0.1, you get the that's 0.375 amperes. By superposition theorem, I can add the two currents because when you consider the sources individually, the measured variable has to be added. Here, the measured variable is current. In some questions, you may be asked to measure voltage. So same thing in that case, you will be doing V is equal to V1 plus V2. Mostly, we will be finding either V or I. So depending on that, you will be using the superposition theorem statement. So here I is equal to I1 plus I2. So it is not taking magnitude and adding, it is adding the currents as it is. So 0.2 plus minus 0.35. So it is 0.2 minus 0.375. It is going to be minus 0.175 amperes, which is the same answer what you got by normally solving. And I again say this normal solving method is just for cross-checking. In exam, you need not do this in your main answer sheet. You can do it in the rough side for checking whether the answer what you get is correct or not. Is this problem clear? Superposition theorem problem. Yeah, I again say questions will not be asked specifically solved using superposition theorem. But if you solve a superposition theorem, I think it will make your things very easy. Anybody
Sir,
is
doubt,
having
sir.
yes.
Yes, for finding I2, sir, we are using a formula, no, sir. How did that formula arrive, sir?
This is the current division technique which I taught you in the unit 1. Same thing. See, one current source you have, and it is the current is dividing and flowing to two resistors. To find current to this resistor, you see current. I told I'm using current division technique. You see the formula there.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
That's what I said. If you forget current division technique, you use whatever method it is comfortable to you. You will get the same
Okay.
answer. If you apply Kirchhoff current law here, you will get the same answer. You can apply KCL here. You can still find the value of the current I2 using KCL also. You'll get the same answer. Okay. That's why I said solving a circuit, you can use any method, whichever is comfortable to you, but the final answer has to be same. It cannot be unique from each person. It will be same for all the persons, however method you are going to